Hi everybody, welcome to yoga. What a great opportunity to come together and be together. So I did some fun stuff in my studio this weekend, and I had to bring some of my plants in from my garden because in Colorado we are getting snow. So I did a little bit of rearranging and bringing in my flowers and my veggies. And I have a pretty cool setup here. So this is a beautiful corner of my studio that I have my candles and some beautiful plants and some crystals and just some fun stuff that I love. So just changing it up a little bit. Don't worry, it's always still going to be very real and very raw. I'm never going to have like fancy production because life isn't always fancy, and our yoga practice should definitely not be fancy or perfect. Because as you guys know, I believe firmly that we don't do yoga, we live yoga, and it shouldn't be produced and ultra perfect because life's not ultra perfect. All right, so we're in September. My favorite month, a favorite month for many. I hope that you listen to the meditation, and we'll dabble a little bit in that concept of the meditation throughout the month in our practice. But just to get an idea of where we're going to go, you might take a listen to the quick meditation. It's a beautiful, my favorite teachings is to really peel off all of the junk that we accumulate through life and get into the essence of who we are. So I like to call it our foundation of our spirit, just truly who we are and how we show up in the world. So we're going to dive into that through movement today and through our yoga practice. So here's what I want. I want you to always remember to return to these practices, and each time you might gain another little nugget and you'll know what you need. And so try not to absorb everything. You will get exactly what you need from the class, and just know that you will get what you need, and to be open to getting anything. And it might change from time to time. If you come to practice today and then you repeat this video tomorrow, you may have an entirely different outcome. So go ahead and find a comfortable seat. As usual, my camera will be going away, and I just want you to listen to my voice, and I want you to just listen to your own breath and your own voice and your own intuition. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about what you look like. Don't worry about any of that. Just be who you are. So I want you to start in a comfortable, upright, seated position. And I want you to close your eyes and take your awareness as far away as you can to the sounds that you hear outside your dwelling, wherever you're practicing. If you're outside, go as far away to maybe hear the distant traffic. If you're in a room in your home, perhaps you hear traffic or your neighbor. Just see if you can put your awareness as far out there as you can and listen. And then come in just a little bit closer to your own home that you're practicing in, your backyard. And then hear the sounds that space is offering. And it could be that you hear a humming of a fan in another room. You might hear somebody working inside your home, typing at the keyboard. You might hear a dog walk by on the floor, maybe shake his head and the collar jingles. You might hear birds outside your window. And then come in another layer to just your yoga mat, to the sounds around this rectangle. And you might hear the sound of a clock ticking or your breath whistling slightly. You might have soft music. And now go in another layer to your thoughts. Just allow yourself to think for a moment. Now go in another layer and see if you can hear your breath. Feel your breath. Go in another layer. Can you pay attention to the physical heartbeat rhythm in your chest? Can you find it? Maybe put your hand on your heart and feel it. Maybe just intuitively know your rhythm. And then go one more layer in to that place within you that only you truly know. And ask yourself, what is the foundation of my spirit? Just listen. There's no right or wrong, just listen. Try to keep your eyes closed. Just transition your body into the shape of a tabletop onto all fours. Your hands will be underneath your shoulders. Your knees will be underneath your hips, and the tops of your feet will press into the ground. So we have 6 points of contact here, each palm, each knee, and part of the top of the foot. So when you breathe here, I want you to consume the body. Just fill up the body with so much air that it gets almost to your throat. And when you exhale, see if you can breathe down those limbs and exchange it into the earth. So push that air all the way out through the hands, through the knees, through the feet. And then fill up your body again. Let it be a consumption of air and let it come all the way up to your throat, maybe even uncomfortably full. And then when you exhale, breathe it down, back, down, 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 through the hands, back into the earth, foundation, roots of a tree. Come back into the breath, fill it up all the way to the throat. Don't change the shape at all of your body. Just breathe this beautiful inhale and exhale exchange. Take one more just like that. Push all of the air out. Feel your palms sink into the ground. This time when you inhale, your heart's gonna reach forward as your nose begins to draw up. Let the breath come all the way up to the throat. Let it be uncomfortable. And then when you exhale, push, push, push against the ground, round your spine. Tuck your chin, really empty the breath. Keep pushing down into the earth. And then inhale, push your heart, fill up all the way up, lift your nose, maybe the eyes start to open. And then push against the earth, empty the breath, push it down. We're gonna find this breath throughout the practice. Try it again and go slow. Remember filling up and letting the air out and go down into the earth, this recycling of energy. Take 2 more just like that. Now come back to a tabletop, just a neutral spine. If your eyes are open, they'll be looking between your hands. You're gonna reach your right arm forwards, just your right arm, like you're shaking the hand across the room, thumb is up. So now we have just a few points of contact. We'll say 3, knees, 1 hand. So we're starting that instability. Take your left leg and reach it behind you off the mat. So now you have 2 points of contact on the mat and you start to wiggle and you start to waver a bit. Fill up your air all the way to the throat. And then empty the breath. Keep your limbs lifted, but breathe down into that left hand, right knee. Take one more breath like that. So we use the breath to anchor us when we feel unstable. Beautiful. Take another breath in. Return those limbs back to the earth. Take a breath, recalibrate, reset. Left arm this time, just start with the arm first. Remember, we're going to just go slow here so we have one less point of contact. Now take your right leg and reach it way back. And now feel your body. Feel it. Feel it wobble a bit. That's that chaos, and yet you're rooted in. You're breathing down into the earth, and you're sinking that gravity pull of the limbs that are connected to the mat while you fill up the body with breath. You breathe down. Go ahead and return those limbs to the mat. Reset, recalibrate, find breath again. Beautiful. Now go ahead and tuck your toes and just wait there so we get a stretch for the bottom of the feet. And then lift your knees up off the mat about 2 inches, just hover there. Immediately the breath wants to shorten. Go ahead and lower the knees. Lift up your knees again, just let them hover a couple inches off the mat. Beautiful, and now lower them. Starting to feel some heat in the belly. Do that 2 more times. We lift the knees, but yet we remain this contact to the earth, and we lower the knees. And then we try that again. We lift the knees, squeeze the belly, feel it shimmer and shake, lower the knees. Now go ahead and tuck your toes and lift the hips up and back, and we find downward facing dog. And so find here 4 points on the mat with the toes, ball mount joints of the feet, and hands connected. Eyes would be looking at your belly. The bum is way up high like an upside down V shape. And then let's find that instability again. Take your right leg and lift it as high as you can to the sky. Now 3 points. Find the breath again. So inhale all the way up to the throat. And when you exhale, breathe down into the limbs that are connected to the earth. Get an idea of that. Breathe in and fill up the body. Breathe down. Take another breath in. And then bring your right foot to meet the left in a downward facing dog. And we find stability again. This time the left leg will lift on your inhale all the way to the throat. And then breathe down your arms, down your right leg. Get that rooted sense of connection. Take 2 more breaths like that. Bring the left foot to meet the right. Find stability on all fours. Again, down dog, 4 points, ball mount joints and hands. Go ahead and shift your eyes to the top of your mat and begin to walk your feet until you get into a forward fold. And take your time here. There's absolutely no rush. Once you settle into the fold, shift the weight slightly forward into the toes and just feel that slight instability. And into the heels, slight instability. And then begin to peel your spine up to stand. When you get to the very top, your shoulders will fall down your back. Eyes will close, and you'll be standing upright at the top of your mat. We're going to find that breath here. So fill up the body all the way up until you get feels up into the throat. When you exhale, picture the breath leaving the body from the throat, through the lungs, through the belly, through the legs, through the feet, all the way into the earth. It's a long exhale. And then we inhale, pull up the air all the way, all the way, all the way up into the throat. And then push the air back down. And remember, the breath is our anchor. We're going to take the arms up high above the head. Keep breathing all the way up into the throat. When you exhale, hinge to the right. Just reach both arms over to the right. You're holding maybe a beach ball between your hands so the arms are still shoulder width. You're really feeling this side bend. Then you'll inhale back to center, fill up to the throat. When you exhale, hinge to the left, empty, empty, empty the breath down the legs. Inhale back to center and fold over your legs. You'll breathe in and come up just halfway and look forward, fill up to the throat. And then exhale, you will fold deep. Peel your body up slow on your inhale. Let your arms and your head come up slow. And last, get to the very top, lower your shoulders and exhale down. Arms slide up the body. You reach, reach, reach and breathe. When you exhale, hinge to the right. Come back up to center, full breath in. Hinge left. Back up to center and fold over your legs. You'll slide up halfway, filling up to the throat. Go slow. Empty the breath and fold. One more time through. Rise up slow on your inhale. When you get to the very top, you will exhale, shoulders will fall. You will inhale up. Exhale over. Inhale back to center. Exhale left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, fold. Go ahead and plant both hands on the mat. Step both feet back. Looks like a push-up. So the 4 points that are now connected to the earth are your toes and your hands. Try to stay on your toes just one time. You always have the option to drop to your knees, but maybe try one time on your toes. Take a breath in. Come down just halfway. Bend your elbows just halfway. Don't sink through the shoulders, then push back up to start on the plank. Bend your elbows and lower halfway. Push back up to plank. This time, lower your body all the way down, all the way down. When you get to the mat, untuck your toes. Bring your elbows back by your waist. So they're like these little cricket wings. And the forehead is down on the mat. Tops of the feet on the mat. Pelvis is down, belly is down, heart is down. Next time you inhale, peel the heart up, lift the nose just slightly, a baby cobra, fill up to the throat. And then exhale, lower your forehead and push everything back into the earth. Try that again. Lift your heart and lower your head. Then you have one more time through. Lift your heart and lower your head. Go ahead and push yourself up through plank perhaps, but make your way to downward facing dog. I'm going to go through slow this sequence. So we're in downward facing dog. The right leg will lift. It'll go high to the sky. Go ahead and bend your right knee and allow your heart and your hip to turn to the right. Just get an opening here. Perfect. Now straighten your right leg. Take a breath in, high to the sky. Bring your right foot forward between your hands. Go ahead and spin your entire back foot, your left one, into a diagonal shape. And then come up, split your arms lengthwise on your mat. We call it Warrior Two. So you're looking over your right hand, arms are lengthwise, right knee is bent a lot. And then sometimes we forget about the back leg. So be intentional here. Lean back just a little bit into the left foot, the outer edge of the left foot, while keeping a deep bend in the right knee. Warrior Two. Palms down today. And so we're going to find the breath again. First time through the sequence. We're going to go slow just so that you can feel the postures. So find the breath to the throat. Keep reaching with the arms. And then when you breathe down into your legs through the feet. Try that again. Breathe in. Fill up the body. And then empty the breath down. Go ahead and turn your right palm up to the sky now. And then reach your right arm up, up, up as your left hand falls. It's called Peaceful Warrior or Reverse Warrior. And we continue to find that full breath through the throat and breathing down into our legs through our feet. And take a breath in. Then windmill the arms back to the mat. Your hands will frame your right foot. Your right foot will step back to the push-up position, the plank. And you can take the knees option here if you'd like, or maybe try staying on your toes, but you'll breathe in here. And then you'll lower your body as slow as you can without collapsing the heart. Untuck the toes, peel the heart up, inhale, cobra. And then tuck the toes and find downward facing dog and take a breath or two. Left leg lifts. Bend the knee. Roll the hip and the heart to the left. Straighten the left leg. Inhale. Bring it forward between the hands. Your right foot goes to a diagonal. It's completely plugged in. And you come up to that warrior two shape with the arms lengthwise, looking over your left hand that is palm face down. Remember, we're going down today. We're taking that energy of being grounded and rooted, the foundation, the depth. We find it in our physical body by moving a little bit slower, feeling a little bit more grounded and less chaotic. And then purposely and intentionally breathing the energy down, feeling anchored here, starting to solidify the roots of our spirit, the roots of who we are. Going deep into the foundation of our structure, whatever analogy works for you, but go deep into the soil here. Flip your left palm, and then next inhale, left arm shoots up to the sky as your right hand slips down your right leg, in that peaceful warrior. Take a big breath in here. Windmill the arms back to the mat. Your left foot will step back. You take the option of knees or toes. Lower all the way down. Feel the earth come to your belly. Peel your heart up. Take a breath in. And then find downward facing dog. Perfect. We're going to loop that all together. Make your way back to the top of your mat. Walk your feet in close. Bend your knees, arms by the ears as if you're sitting in a chair. Find the breath to the throat. Sink on the exhale. Take one more breath here. Chair pose, intense pose, grounded pose. Rise up on your inhale, big breath in. Take the side bend, breathe out, reach, reach, reach to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale back to center. And allow your body to fold over your legs. You'll take a half-weight lift just to reset here. And then plant your hands on the mat. Step both feet back to the push-up position. Lower the body to the mat or not. Just go to down dog if your shoulders don't like this. From downward facing dog, we take a breath in, right leg lifts. Bend the knee, open the hip, and exhale. Breathe down into your arms. Inhale, right leg goes straight and high. Exhale, we step it through. On your inhale, come up to warrior two. Arms go lengthwise, palms are down. Exhale, sink, sink, sink. Flip your right hand. Inhale, reverse that warrior. So nice. Exhale, hands find the mat. Go slow. Let them touch. Right foot steps back to the push-up. Either lower the body on the exhale or not. You'll peel the heart up and you'll make your way to down dog. From downward facing dog, left leg lifts, inhale. Open your hip, exhale, bend that knee. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, float it forward. Inhale up to warrior two, left side. Look at your left hand, it's palm face down. Settle on your exhale. Flip your left hand, inhale, reverse that warrior. Open up the side body, feel that. Exhale, hands circle back to the mat. Left foot steps back, you're in the push-up. You take the option, you listen. Maybe you stay for the breath. Maybe you lower down. From downward facing dog, we breathe. Eyes go to the top, feet follow. Find chair pose. Inhale, arms to ears, bend your knees, sink into your heels. Exhale, drop an inch. Inhale, rise tall. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, side bend left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, fold. Hands find the mat, feet step back, you'll breathe. You might go to down dog, you might stay for breath, you might lower the body. From downward facing dog, right leg lifts. Bend your knee and open your hip. Lengthen. Step it through. Windmill the arms up, warrior two, you'll settle. Right palm lifts, rises, reverse it. Windmill the arms back to the mat, frame the foot, step it back. Either move through that push-up or not, you'll know. From downward facing dog, the left leg will lift. The knee will bend and open the hip. Straighten the leg. Bring it forward. Come up to warrior two. Breathe down into your legs. Reverse your warrior. Cartwheel your arms. Step back to the push-up. Find the earth again. This time, drop your knees. Bring the hips back to the heels and settle in child's pose. Take your knees wide so that your heart can find the earth. We use these shapes of our body, practice, physical postures to listen to our thoughts, to find a connection to our breath, to feel a relationship to who we are. Come back to that question that we began the practice with. What is the foundation of my spirit? Beyond my labels, my identities, my roles and responsibilities, who am I? What is important to me? Is it my faith? Is it being of service? Is it giving joy to others? And from child's pose, start to walk your hands further out in front, so far forward you feel as though your side body is being ripped, stretched. Now push into the fingertips of your hands. Let your palms leave the mat. Feel that. Go ahead and plant your palms. Let them suction to the mat. Really feel a deep connection there. Rise up to all fours. And then make your way to downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, let your right leg go high to the sky. We're not going to open the hip. Just let it be long. 3 points on the mat. Powerful, strong. Bring your right foot between your hands. The same diagonal shape of your left foot. But this time, when we rise up, the belly is going to stay forward and the arms will go above the head. So for many of us, if not most of us, we need to take our legs a little bit wider here so that the left hip can actually be facing forward instead of open. And this is called Warrior One. So these series of warrior postures. Warrior Two and Warrior One are very common. Warrior One is often one that is mistakenly practiced, which can cause injury to the back knee. So make sure that you don't feel that pain in the back knee. And if you do, separate your legs. Just take them wider, like on 2 separate lanes of traffic. Keep it bent in your right knee, but then lean back slightly into the left foot. Really feel that outer edge of the left foot connect and plug into the mat. Your heart's forward and your belly's forward and the shoulders are falling down the back, but there's very much intention through the arms. This is a posture of deep strength. We're going to be here for about 10 breaths, and I want you to find that sensation filling up the body all the way up to the throat, even getting a bit uncomfortable with the breath being so full. And then when you exhale, push the air down the lungs, down the belly, down the pelvis, down the legs, through the feet, and feel you penetrate into your roots. And then pull the air back up. So it's going to be a slow breath. And I'll continue to guide you through this. And as you might become fatigued by holding a posture and the thoughts start to become flooded in, just go back into that sensation of rooting into the earth, building your foundation, finding that root system that sustains you when life is hard or posture is hard or it's chaotic. Get in there. See it and feel it. Just a couple more breaths here. Now, bring your palms together, arms straight out in front, almost as though you'd be holding a bow and an arrow. So the palms are connected, the thumbs are up, arms are straight, and that right leg is still bent. When you inhale next, pull your left elbow back as if you're holding onto a bow and an arrow. The right hand holds the bow. The left hand holds the arrow. You will inhale slowly, bring your palms back to touch, make that connection. Then exhale, pull way back. Inhale, palms touch, fill up the body. Exhale, left elbow pulls way back. 2 more just like that. Inhale, they touch. Exhale, you pull. Inhale, you touch. Exhale, you pull. Stay there. Take your right hand and aim it up towards the sky. Keep aiming, keep going, keep going, keep going. And now let it go. Go ahead and pivot and turn to the back of your mat. And now bend your left knee. Right foot is the diagonal foot. Arms go high. We're at Warrior One to the back of the mat. Sometimes when we switch directions on our mat, we immediately feel disoriented and uncomfortable. But remember, we're rooted in our breath. So find the fullness through your heart. Breathe down into your legs and see the different vantage point that this direction might offer. Maybe it's a window you see. Maybe it's a different tree. Maybe it's your wall. We can see, no matter where we go through life, whatever vantage point, whatever view, that there's something there. There's something that we can pay attention to. There's something there to teach us. Sometimes when we think that we have to go a certain way over and over, we get way too comfortable. Sink just a little bit more into your left leg, but push back into that razor sharp edge of your right foot. There's so much dynamic energy through the legs as you're breathing down. Now bring your palms to touch in front. Arms are straight. You're holding the bow and arrow. The left hand is the bow and the right hand is the arrow. Pull your right elbow way, way, way back on your exhale. Inhale, palms touch. Slow. Exhale, pull back. Keep going, slow. This comes from the Kundalini tradition, and this bow and arrow is a great symbol for chasing your dreams, for going after the life that you want, figuring out that deepest desire of who we are and how we show up in the world. Desire and why. Pull. 2 more. So nice. Now aim left arm up to the sky. Aim for it. It's yours. It's yours. Keep breathing down into your legs. Keep reaching. And now let it go. Turn towards the long edge of your mat. Toes and heels will be in a straight line. Arms tee out like a star from the shoulder. Not up, but straight from the shoulder. Beautiful. Palms down today so that we really feel that energy of breathing down, but power as we let the breath come all the way up to the throat. This practice of breathing down into our roots starts to open up that door of the foundation of our spirit, of connecting with the deepest parts of who we are, not the labels, not the identities, not the roles, not the responsibilities, but truly the essence of who we are. Take a big breath in. And now fold forward. Bring your hands down to the mat or close. Shift the weight into your toes and feel the opening through the backs of the legs. Walk your hands slightly to the left. Just get a twist. Maybe reach over for your left foot. And then over to the right. Go ahead and turn your toes to the top of your mat. Step your left foot to meet your right. You'll be in a forward fold. From your forward fold, go ahead and roll up slowly. When you get to the top, and the eyes will close. Just feel your body here, the aliveness of who you are. Come back to that imagery of breathing in as full as you can and breathing down your legs. Take your arms high and open them to a V shape. Reaching out and open up your eyes and find something to look at. Maybe it's a little grain of wood on your floor. Maybe it's the top edge of your mat. Maybe if you're outside, it's something in nature, but find a fixed gaze. Bring your right knee up. Open your right knee. Place the right foot somewhere on the left leg, just not on the knee joint. And become the tree. I want you to take that same concept we've practiced throughout the class and breathe down that left tree trunk. Breathe down through the soles of your feet. Come out just as you came in. Right knee goes forward. Arms go high and then they come down. Right foot falls to the mat, eyes closed. Take a breath. Arms go high. Take them to a V shape. Find something else to look at. Find a different spot on your floor, a different blade of grass. Open your arms wider. Feel the heart lift. Left knee goes high. Open up that hip and plant the left foot somewhere on the right leg. It could be a kickstand at the ankle. It does not have to be up high. Breathe down into your right tree trunk. Feel the connection here. Take a breath. Lower everything. Walk your feet to the edges of the mat, toes off the mat, heels into the mat. Press your palms together at your heart. And just take your thumbs and push them against your sternum. That powerful reminder that has no labels, no roles, responsibilities, no limitations. The essence of who you are. Start to bend your knees. Maybe you come halfway. Maybe you come into a full yogi squat with the elbows on the insides of the knees. It doesn't matter. Close your eyes. Eventually the bum finds the mat. Soles of the feet come to contact with each other. And then push the heels away from you so that there is a big diamond shape here. It's called Omega. Big diamond shape. Now start with your hands on your knees. Take a big breath in. And when you exhale, push your heart forward. Slide your hands to your shins. Take a big breath in. Push your heart forward. Hands slide to the ankles or the instep of your feet. Maybe the thumb on that arch. Push a little bit. Take a breath in. Push your heart forward. And now round your spine. Tuck your chin. Close your eyes. Go deep into this beautiful shell of yourself. Maybe even bring the elbows in so slightly. Go ahead and breathe comfortably now. Just breathe the way that feels right for you. As we continue to practice together through the month of September, we're going to keep going. This idea of foundation, how we show up in the world beyond our label. But in the midst of those labels and identities and roles and responsibility, who are we? What is the essence of who we are? What is most important to us? There's usually one huge thing that drives us. But what we come to know and believe is that the four walls of the foundation that withholds the structure are so important. The four main roots of a tree are so important. So we're going to look at four deep values of who you are. It sustains you. The foundation of your spirit. Start to roll onto your back. Close your knees and hug them in tight to your body. Just feel that. We haven't been on our backs yet this practice, so feel the spine connect, a bigger space to connect to the earth. Take your arms wide to a T, palms down. Remember that earth element. Keep your knees close to your chest. Take a breath in. Drop them to the left. They'll come back up to center. You'll drop them to the right. Come back up to center. Take a final squeeze in. And then start to melt the body onto the ground, to the mat. Completely supported. Maybe the palms turn up. They come in just a little bit. Arms are not as wide. Maybe they're splayed out. Take a breath in and let the breath fill up again to the throat. And feel your body sink against the floor on the exhale. Feel that gravity, foundation, that pull. Try that one more time. And then just find a natural rhythm of your breath. Perhaps picture in your mind a beautiful tree. Underneath the surface of the earth are four main roots. The lifeblood of the tree. The stability of the tree. Maybe you see four walls of a foundation that sustains the building, holds the building up, in which everything is built on. It's the foundation. And you are welcome to stay as long as it feels good in your body. And as we come together week after week for the month of September, we'll dive deeper and deeper into the foundation of our spirit. How we show up in the world is based on that. Not so much our labels, our identities, our roles and responsibilities, but truly the essence of who we are. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Beautiful September awaits. Thank you so much for being in my life, and I'm honored. I'll see you soon. Namaste.